Welcome to the Make and Design Podcast. I'm your host, Carina Gardner. On this podcast, we're unraveling the everyday joys and dilemmas of design, making, and business. For makers who want to be designers and for designers who are makers, this is your inside scoop to help you grow your business and bring more creativity to your life. Hey guys, so glad to have you here. Today we are going to talk about being an artist or a designer, and is that an innate quality, an innate skill? For those of you who have been around for a while, I think you're going to know what I have to say about this. Those of you who've been in a boot camp before, I think you are going to know what I have to say about this. But for those of you who are brand new, and we do get a lot of brand new users and people on the podcast every week, or people on the YouTube channel where you can listen to this or see me talking, I think it is such an interesting thing that we come from a world, and particularly those in the United States or in Western culture, we come from a society that really believes that art is an innate skill, that some people have it and some people don't. The interesting thing about this is that it depends on what you think is art. And because we have been socialized to believe that certain things are art, like if it's not perfectly realistically drawn, that perhaps it's not as good as the thing that's doodled over here, that we have some things that we need to talk about when it comes to art in society. You know, what makes something beautiful? Why is it so beautiful? Is it the effort that was put in? How realistic it is? The way it was set up? I just think we have some ideas around art and what we find beautiful, and we kind of need to start questioning some of those things. So for those of you who have been around for a while, you know that I especially never thought of myself as an artist. In fact, still, I really struggle with the word artist. I think of myself as a designer. I don't struggle with the word artist. I struggle with the idea that I'm an artist. I very much really identify with the word designer. And which is funny because as an artist, you spend a lot of time drawing and illustrating things, right? That's what I do every single day as a designer. That's the thing I do. I am illustrating my new fabric lines. I'm illustrating SVG files and putting together clip art and designing that so that people can use it. So if you're part of my Ink Club membership, you know that I'm designing those Cricut and silhouette files. So I'm illustrating those things, and yet I really do think of myself more of a designer than a fine artist. I think of myself as a commercial artist, okay? So do I believe that being artistic and being able to create amazing art is just an innate quality? I really don't. And it doesn't mean that there are some people who are more talented coming out of the womb than others. I do think that there are some people who very naturally are able to use their brain to then put what they want to on paper with their hands. And that translation, those motor skills, I think some people maybe are naturally more enhanced to do. But here is the great thing. It is totally teachable, and it is all about effort. And that's why I'm able to teach design the way I do, because I think those that are putting in the effort to learn how to get what's here in your brain into the things that you're putting on paper, into your computer or with your hands onto paper, that these things can be taught because it is all about effort. I think one of the things that happens, and I think you would agree with me on this one, is that if someone maybe like from a very young age gets complimented on their art, maybe they drew something that was very similar in shape to something else, so there's some realism there, and they got complimented on it, they wanted to create more of it, which means they started putting in more effort, became even more talented, right? Because they were putting all this time and effort into that creativity. I was thinking about my daughter. I have an 18-year-old. I have 3 kids, but my oldest is an 18-year-old, and she's working on an animation degree. She's an excellent artist. And I was thinking about how from a very young age, we very much encouraged her to draw. And she always had a sketchbook on her. I mean, she is always drawing at church, in line for pickup at school, I mean, she is drawing constantly. She has so many sketchbooks. It's unbelievable because she's been drawing so much. So is she a great artist because she's naturally, innately an amazing artist? Or is she a good artist because she's put in more hours than anybody else? And that's really the question that I pose to you. If you really believe that as a creative, that you could get better and that you can design more beautiful, intricate, wonderful things, then also you have to believe that the more effort you put in, the better you're going to be. And I really believe that one of the things we do emphasize in our Design Suite program is more effort. More effort. Because the more time we spend designing, the better we get at it. And I really believe, especially those of you who are out there who are fine artists or who want to become designers, if you are willing to put in more effort, more hours than anybody else, what will happen? You'll just get better. That's all there is to it. Just like anybody who is doing their craft, right? Like I think about crocheting. Oh my gosh, I'm a terrible crocheter. But who do I have to blame for that? Me, because I don't do very much. I don't put the effort into it. And so when my little dish towel is like almost a triangle because I don't count all my stitches, who's to blame for that? It's me, because I don't put in the effort and I need to practice it, right? There was a while ago on Instagram, I even did a reel with it, this whole thing about practice. Like someone saying like, I can't believe that you can do this. And you say, just practice. And then the voice says, I could never do that. And then you say, you could with practice. And that is the truth about design and actually any kind of art form, whether it's ceramics and pottery or jewelry making or anything that we do in life. The more effort we put into it, the better we're going to get. So my challenge to you today, especially those of you who are designers, those of you who are in my program, my goal for you is to put a little bit more effort into it, into the things that you want to become better at, and you will grow exponentially. All right, guys, thanks for joining me today. I know we have headed into, we were already in the holiday season, but we're now really into the Christmas season. So I hope you're enjoying it, having fun with loved ones, and I will see you soon. Hey, did you know that you can visit me at makeanddesign.com to learn more about this podcast and join my VIP group for weekly freebies? I can't wait to see you there.